Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to the Southman Auto Channel. That's a 2003 Dodge Dakota, a relic. It's got the big 3.9 in it, automatic two-wheel peeler. And I failed it for inspection because I'm a prick. That's what some people think. Either way, I'm just following the state laws. I don't make the guidelines. We just have to abide by them, as they say. Not a lot of stuff wrong with it. Power steering pumps pissing all over. The rear wheel studs, it's got some broke off, some that were missing, some that were stripped. So you gotta have all your wheel studs in the People's Republic here of New York to pass state inspection. Your ball joints can be falling out, but you need all your wheel studs. So we need to fix that. We need to fix the power steering leak. He wanted a couple front tires on there, and I think that was it. Oh, and the money light was on, it has a bad O2 sensor, one that's getting lazy. So we gotta smack that in there, do the drive cycle, and whack them and stick them. Step one was remove the tire, which I've already done. Step two, we got to pull this caliper off. You can't see crap. What's a darn good thing I don't get paid to make movies. It'd be called the movie I Can't See Crap. Oh, man. So there's that. Now we got to slide this baby off, make sure our pins are free here. Push down a little. That's stuck. Not to worry though, folks, not to worry. We're gonna push the piston in just a whisker. Start picking this baby up. Whoever just did the brake job on did a poopy job. We need to get that inner pad up. They must have just bashed that baby down in there. Oh, way to go, Idaho. Maybe they didn't know any better. Come on, baby. There we go. So you gotta work both these pads up. And you gotta say, work it. Work it, girl. There we go. Just like that. Of course, we're gonna have to fix that rigmarole. But yeah, those pads are brandy new. Somebody's just in there. There you go. Slip that bad boy right off. Oh, got you again, old boy. Tried to slip one past us with the old 1-2. Forget about my parking brake shoe. Just made that up. We need parking brake shoes to pass state inspection. I see the parking brake actuators worked, but the parking brake didn't hold, so I assumed it had no friction material, which he was aware of, and now we know. And now we have to see if Napa, who doesn't sponsor us, has some of them bad mothers that they can send up to us. We can fix it. Yeah, jerk hole, you never even had the hardware off it. Gosh. There, we got her moving now. Must be they never took them bad babies off. Lots of rust built up in there. And then, somebody saying something to me? Oh no, it's a neighbor. And then we got to scrape the rusty crusties off there. Come on, baby. I just use a screwdriver because it really pisses some guys off in the comments. That's alright. If they didn't want me to hit it, don't put a metal end on it. Not gonna lie. There we go. Now we're cooking. Perfect. Parts are on their way. Napa did not have them, so they couldn't even sponsor us if they wanted to. Make sure if you're beating them in, be aware. There's a speed sensor in there. Do not whack that baby into the speed sensor. We got two of them here that are boogered up. Hey, maybe I could go get a smaller hammer. 8 ounces. That's all that baby is. I did a good job. So we got those out. We're going to have to peel the shoes. This was just going to be a studly stud video, but I guess we're going to have to turn it into a parking brake video. Can you guys see? So we'll see if we can't just pop that little guy for right now. I think these come apart pretty easy. Same thing on this side in case you can't see what I'm doing. Let's see here. There we go. We'll take both them nails off there. Nailed it. You ever watch that show with that one lady? I think they make cakes and stuff. What are you laughing at? Huh?
I used to watch this show all the time.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. That's where isn't it? That's the one where they bake all the crappy food, right?
Yeah.
Or they bake cakes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then we take the lower spring off there. Then we should be able to pull out the adjuster, which is right there. And look at this, not even looking. And then let me back you up. Then up top here, might have to go get a tool for this. Is she a single springer? She's a single springer. Not a Jerry Springer. Or maybe if we can just go like that. Use your manly man skills. Then you get that off. So that's it. The shoes are off. Like I say, the actuators did work. And they still do, but you can pop it apart. We can give it a grease job when the time comes, but we'll leave it like that till we're waiting for our parts. I couldn't get this nail out. There we go. So there's our nail. Now, sometimes I do really appreciate this style retainer. This style is my absolute fave versus the ones that you got to push in and then turn. These here are very user friendly. So depending on the condition of yours, what you have to watch is the nail. So this retaining nail up here in the salt belt, these get real rusty and they'll break, and then the shoe comes out and hits the rotor. No fun. Not a fun day. Actually, most people don't even know it and just chews it all up. Let's get this cleaned up, clean up this, pull in our studs, wait for the other people who don't sponsor us to bring our brake parts. So you're going to see 6 of those little standoffs, 3 on each side. That's where the brake shoe sits. That's where it rests, rub against, so we'll put a little Never Seas or some lubricant there. So we clean them off if you have a backing plate left. I don't know where this truck's from. Obviously not New York. 03, still has a frame left. Whoa, fella. Calm down. Oh, this old girl's getting where she needs some oil. When my tools start seizing up, always oil them. That is the rule. We got some wheel studs here. Serrated stud, half 20. Your classic 641 2184. From you know who. Are they correct? They appear to be correct. We'll get them babies in. We'll go get some lubrication. We'll get a stud installer. Time to bring out the dog. The 1890 Thor, I call it. It's the most powerful impact in the world. You just need to ask yourself one question. Anywho, we got some of this here from Lucas. It's extreme. I don't know if it's a good lubricant to use on this, but it does say extreme and extreme pressure, and this seems like this is going to take a lot of pressure. So I've always used it on my tool. Again, I don't know if it's the proper stuff, but I think I had some from some other job. I don't know what we were doing. Wheel stud or head bolts maybe or something. Who knows? So we're going to take and pull this bad boy in. They're 1/2 by 20 thread. This is the 1/2 by 20 stud installer. There we go. Little Thor, give it a tug. Whoa, calm down. Where'd that go? We'll let you see the dangle from a different angle. A lot of forces here to overcome. I don't know why they don't build some kind of bearing apparatus here. We're just doing it with pure friction and thunder. Inferno. Boy, that's hotter than a mother love. Woo! flavor, same great sound. I'll paste her up with the Never Seas here. Now I've already whizzy wheeled these. Not whizzy wheeled them. I wire wheeled them. Kind of like a whizzy wheel. Just to make them bright and shiny. Them bad boys are on. Now we're going to take a little Never Seas also, and on these little mounting pads here where the brakes shoes slide. Not that the parking brake will ever get used, but if it does, we're doing a proper job. So we'll do that. You know what, before we get too far, there fella, where you get all excited, take this little guy out. There we go. Put a little lube around that pin. There we go. There we go there. That's back in there. Keep that pivot from seizing. They're a pretty loose fit. They typically don't seize, but anyways, now that I've smeared it everywhere's awesome. Wouldn't be Never Seas unless we did. Get there. And there. Last but not least, that's it. Gotta go talk to a customer and wash my patties. I think it's already in my armpits. Dude, fastest parts delivery I've ever had at Vanessa Auto. Not a sponsor. They must have been on their way because that was quick. Let's see if we can get lucky, like I try to do every day, and stick this spring right here. Right here, see if we can give her one of those. Might be able to, might not be able to. Oh yeah, the only way you wouldn't be able to do that is if you were a complete wuss bag. That went pretty smooth. Now we gotta stick the nail in from the back side here. We're gonna have to do this one blind. Nope, fail. It goes, I'll show you where it goes. Now I feel like I'm cheating. I can look at the computer screen, or the camera screen. It's not helping me any. Come on, baby. Got 3 kids, you think I'd be better at this. There we go. What's that got to do with having children? Oh boy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my finger in there and keep the nail out. I think so. I'll tell you what. I got a lovely assistant. Now, come right here on there, sweetie. See on the back side here? There's a hole right there that I stick my finger in. Yeah. Stick your finger in there. Okay, push in. You feel that thing pushing against you? Okay, you got to keep that pushed in. All right. Okie dokie. Artichokey. Let's see. Huh? Rusty. Shiitake mushrooms, isn't that what you say? Yeah. In place of saying shh. The other word that rhymes with it. Okay, are you holding it in there?
Yep.
Okay, don't move. I gotta get things lined up. Are you freaking out on me?
No.
Come on, baby. Just a minute. Freaking hate this style. We just gotta get her lined up here, folks. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Push it in, sweetie. Are you holding in on it tight?
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, you can relax for a second.
Okay.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Ready?
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You pushing it in good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait right there. Is it still pushing out on you, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, here, just a minute.
Let me change finger.
You're gonna change finger?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Alright. You see what I'm trying to do here?
Yeah.
We gotta get it to go through that little slot, and then once it's through, we gotta be able to turn it with this special turning apparatus.
Ow.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Huh?
He's pushing.
Okay, let's try again. There we go, Gotti. Gotti. Easy, huh? That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Go get the easy button, will you?
Okay.
Go get the easy button, Trinity. Well, the people hear it, just so they know what kind of job this was. You ready?
That was easy.
You're darn right it was. Now we gotta do the same thing on this side. This side's a little easier because technically if the camera wasn't in the way, I could hold this one myself. Right in the frickin' never sees. Do you want to hold this one too, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you see it under here? That's what you got get under there a little further. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, you hold that one. Alright, my guy?
Mhm.
I just meant we gotta rotate it a little bit. Stop right there, that's good. Get her out here where we can get to it. Yeah, these things will make you learn a third language, let me tell you what. Once you get them though, they slip right in, but boy, they're stupid. Or I'm stupid, one or the other. Like that one, textbook. That one went textbook. That was easy. We're all done. The other way you can do it if you don't have this special tool, pair of needle nose. If you come up on the edge of them like that, and you can push the spring down and have an assistant push the nail in and then rotate it. Don't be you're going to be tempted to grab the head of that nail with these and twist. Chances are you'll twist the head off. Now just to be sure, where'd the rest of the adjuster go? What the frig? As I was saying, just to be sure that you get never sees everywheres, let's lube up our forcing screw here. You don't need a ton. Da 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 da. And just like that, we got her, by golly. I don't want to get fluid film all over the friction material, so we're just gonna cover that up with a rag. Swoosh, just like that. I took a little bit of the good stuff, wiped off my shoes because they were a little cruddy. Clean the inside of the brake rotor where it sits on the face of the axle. Slip it on, just like so. Let's find a wheel nut. I went ahead and pulled the pads out of the calipers so we could clean up the edges of them where they slip on here. We'll take and just lube up the caliper piston over here. We'll lube up the ears here on the outside of the caliper. Da, 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 da. We'll stick this baby back in there without getting it in the grease. Oh yeah! There we go. And then this one was a little bit wiggly in there, so I tightened up the clips on it. There she goes. Make sure that when this one snaps in that it's actually sitting flush and not all cattywampus out here sitting on one of the pins. Sometimes particularly here in the rust belt, these holes right here will get full of schmutz and rust, and then it doesn't allow the male half to sit inside the female half. You know, it's kind of one of those things. I don't know if you're allowed to say that kind of stuff nowadays. Male and female. I guess we need to see how the caliper identifies to be politically correct. But I've never been real political or correct. I'm going to put just a little bit of lube right here, starting in there. Let me get a little brush so I can get in there and wiggle it around. Oh, I hear the meat wagon. So yeah, we get it in there. There we go. We just want to be able to lube up inside there a little bit. And we'll get this started again. On that side, push, push. There she comes. Make sure it clicks on the lip. There we go. We'll wipe that off. We'll do the same thing to the other one. This style here doesn't have a tendency to set up. What will happen though, if it does seize up, it's usually not the pin, it's usually where the rubber goes through here. Take the pin out, squeeze this rubber. I'll show you. I guess I can just show you. Take this here for example, like, and then, come on baby. And then you just take the whole thing out. And usually it's all rusted up through here, through the hole. And you clean that out, put a little lube on it, pop that in. And that'll keep it from giving the big squeeze. So let's see here. We're gonna lube that just a little bit right there. And then to get these back in, sometimes it's easy to take them and just fold them like a little hot dog bun. You're like, hey, you wanna come to my hot dog party? Like that. And then just straighten back out, stick it in, boom, good to go. So there, you learned something. Possibly. Learn not to let this guy do your brake job. Talking about me. Feel bad for a guy. Guy drove all the way here from New York City today. Didn't understand why I couldn't bring his vehicle right in. There was a bit of a language barrier. But he drove up here because he saw us on the YouTube and he had a big old grocery list of stuff he wanted done. I'm like, look, dude, I'm a month out on appointments. Oh, whoa, yeah, shit, we thought you get it. That girl's really cranking. Wanted me to do this whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, look, man, you know, you got to have an appointment. Didn't understand it. Didn't want to take no for an answer. But he got my point after a while. So, not that I wasn't willing to work on it, it's just he had like 2 days worth of work he wanted done in one day. I had no parts, and plus I already got a full ship, baby. Okay, why does it sound like that when I roll it over? It's because the other side is kind of half tore apart, just dragging right now. We still got to finish that side. We're gonna stick that on here, like so. Come on, man. Come on, man. There we go. Stick that on there like so. We're gonna get the bottom. I should have depressed that piston, you ding dong. We gotta get the piston pushed back in a little bit. And there we go. Okay, now we're happy. Everybody's happy. We get her all lined up. Hold that top pin out. Give her the clickaroo. It will snap down. You got some tension there from the outside pad on that spring. Once it's down, that's it. Put your bolts in it. You're going to want your torque spec. You're going to have to look those up in service data for your particular vehicle. And then torque these down to factory spec. Make sure you start these by hand. They're pretty thin threads and they do go into cast, so they don't take a whole lot of cross threads. I mean, you shouldn't cross thread anything, but okay, there we go. I'm going to get torque spec, tighten them up. So what we have to do now, folks, is the other side. Not going to bore you with that because that's just silly. Once that's done, we'll throw the wheels on. We'll adjust the park and brake shoes out. See if anybody's fiddled with the cable, which it doesn't look like. Once that's adjusted out, then everything should work. And I'll show you that momentarily. Now that both sides are done, folks, make sure your actuator, so where the cable hooks to the actuator, make sure that is returned all the way back as far as it can go. This one, I just fiddle with that cable adjuster. Let me show you. So this is the actuator I'm talking about, your park and brake actuator. Make sure it's back this way as far as it can on both sides. So left side, right side. If it's not, you're gonna have to loosen up where your cable adjuster goes, which somebody had this one cranked all the way in down to here. So a lot of people think like this is how you adjust your park and brake. It's not. This is merely to take the slack out of the cable, that's it. So I've sprayed and prayed and got it backed all the way off. We'll make our adjustments, then we'll take the slack out of the cable and it'll be perfect. So now we can see our wheel spins nice and easy. Now, Be warned. We're gonna start turning our star wheel here, and we're gonna crank her right out. And this is gonna be noisy because once these shoes hit these rotors, which have a lot of rust on them, they're gonna make some noise, so don't be too alarmed. It's gonna take a while here, we'll just keep her cranking. I got it one click at a time. We're starting to get some resistance there, as you can hear, but I don't really feel any drag at this point, so I'm going to keep going. If I wasn't a ding-dong, I would have threaded this out the majority of the way when I had the wheel off. There we go. She locked right up tight. Not really. Nope, thought it was. Thought we had it. We got to get through that rust. We're probably going to adjust these a couple times because we're going to have to drive it and burnish them in a little bit, aka smoke the rust off it. Okay, right there, they're super tight, so we're going to back them back off a couple clicks. Okay, there we go. Now it spins nice and free. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Now that both of those are adjusted proper, we need to take the slack out of the cable. So I'm just going to clip my vice grips on here very gingerly. You don't have to crush it. Oops. Let them hold. I'm going to use this just because I've got it out. We want to pull the slack out of it, but we don't want to pull the actuators in the back. We don't want to tighten this so much that it actuates them. Beautiful. To be honest with you folks, I think I'm going to leave it where it's at. The pedal is, you know, halfway, between quarter and half, somewhere right around there, before it gets real stiff and engages. Appears to hold it there under a little bit of torque. And frankly, I don't want to over adjust them. Let's say we get it right up to snuff, 100% perfect. The fact of the matter is this is never going to get used. It's a complete waste of money because nobody uses their parking brake on automatic except for myself and like one other guy. So the problem would be is if you adjust them up proper, 100%, they never get used, and the next guy that wants to do brake rotors can't because he can't get them off, and yada yada yada. And with that being said, we'll leave it at that. I do have to take the wheels back off. That's why there's only 2 wheel nuts holding it on, because he's getting the new tires. Well, these are going on the front, new ones are going on the back. So if you're wondering why it slicks like that, that's why. Anyhow, it was, hopefully you learned how to change your wheel studs. I'll see if I can find that stud installer, put a link down below, or a stud installer. That one's from Mac Tools. Had it a while. It works pretty good. A lot of friction to overcome though, so you have to lube it. I think if you didn't, it would destroy either the wheel stud or the tool. Probably the stud would be my assumption. So just lube it up, put something on it, and that'll get you far in life. A lot of different ways. Anyhow, why don't you guys head down to that comment section? The questions, the comments, the concerns, the socials, the Insta, the Facebook, and of course the YouTube. click the subscribe, ring the bell. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.